I'm back. So, I wanted to make two videos because my first video was kind of just an update video, and my second video is kind of, I've been seeing a lot of videos on here from some of the guys about role models. So, I kind of wanted to do my own. I mean, really, that's basically it. I don't mean to, like, be infringing on people's stuff, but it just kind of awakened this thought process in me. So, basically, one of the main role models, really the only role model that I like to admit I had, was my grandfather. My grandfather was the greatest man that I know. This man accepted you no matter what. He was just salt of the earth, great guy. And he worked hard for everything he had, and he was very frugal, but that's okay, because now that he's gone, he's been gone since 1996, my grandma has never had to worry, you know, because he took care of things. So, he's always been one of my big role models. I can remember when I was a little kid, I loved going to my grandparents' house. I used to always go to my grandparents' house to spend the night there and stuff, and I guess that's pretty normal, but my granddad was a farmer. That was what his passion was, to farm, and they have lots of acreage, and we actually still have all the acreage in the family. But I remember as a little kid, he would take me out, and we would go out in the field, and I would follow behind him. And he was in World War II, and he got shrapnel in his foot in France, so he always walked with his right foot. Yeah, I know that's your left, but it's my right. His right foot was always cocked out. So when he would walk, he would make this weird footprint. And I remember being a little kid and following him in the field, and I would always try to walk in his footprints. And that's one of the memories that will probably always stick with me. You know, walking in red dirt in the South behind my granddad. He also taught me how to drive a tractor. He used to, you know, of course, let me sit up on his lap and drive the tractor because I couldn't reach the pedals. But he was just such a great man. Such an amazing man. Amazing. Other role models that have been in my life. My dad was a role model. I had a lot of issues with my dad growing up. I still have some issues with my dad. My dad passed away several years ago. But my dad did the best he could. I mean, okay, granted, he could have done better, but he did what he could. I mean, he was a good father to me. I saw a lot of bullshit I should never have seen, and he was... It doesn't even matter. I'm not going to go there. But my dad was... he tried. He tried really hard. And he battled some demons. And we all have demons. My demons aren't the same as his demons. Well, some of my demons are the same as his demons. And that may be partially his fault. But he had his struggles, just like we all do. And he tried, and he did the best he could. So, even though sometimes I have these really... I don't want to say bad feelings, because they're not bad feelings, but I don't know. I don't really know how to even word it. But I still have moments where I think, just like my dad. And my mom tells me that all the time, especially since all this started. She's like, she'll see pictures and she's like, you look just like your dad. You look just like your dad. And I'm like, ah, shit. But there's still a part of me that says, that's cool. That's cool. I wanna look like my dad. And I still look at pictures of him when he was younger and I think, do I really look like him? Maybe, maybe not. But anyway, They were my two main role models growing up. I mean, they were the two male figures that were always in my life for a long time, that I spent a lot of time with. And so they were my two role models, for good and for bad. And I think, between those two, that's who made me who I am. I try to be more like my grandfather than anything else because, like I said, he was an amazing, amazing man. And I wish he was still here. My son never really got to meet him because he died when my son was about 7 months old. But he was an amazing man. I can't, there are no words to express how I feel about him. I miss him every day. I talk to him every day. When I'm back home in Virginia, I go to his grave and I sit there. And I know maybe some people think that's creepy, but he was the man for me. So, those are my two role models, for better or for worse.